Hey guys, Razor from Razor's Edge here. I am doing a pre-release video for Kenshi. I actually have owned this game since this was my very first early access game. It's been in development for I think over 4 years now. I have over 316 hours on record playing this game off and on through the various patches and add-ons. It is worthy to note that there is a community hub with a workshop. There are several add-ons, over 500 mods to this game. We will not be playing with any of those. I want to show the game as it is currently. They are working currently on the polishing, getting ready for that 1.0 release. So I couldn't be happier. Several of my friends own the game, and I see a few of them actually still want this game. So hopefully we can do it some justice in lo-fi games. I am excited for you guys to finally put out the final product, seeing a game through ups and downs for 4 years now. I think it's fantastic, and I wish you guys the best of luck on your full release. So we're going to dive in. I'm going to show you the different characters, the starting modes. This video shouldn't be longer than 30 minutes, and just basically showing you the startup, some tips if you've never played before, and just what I've learned through the many hours of playing and still enjoying. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's play. Okay, the first thing to note is that the game actually has a configuration box that pops up. It's on the Havoc engine. You can pick, if you have multi-monitor, you'll have to pick what monitor you want, your resolution. The mods box will be in the middle tab where you can select and turn on, turn off the mods. It tells you if they're compatible. I have them all turned off. Make sure that it has the correct rendering device, your video card, and the correct resolution for your monitor. Currently supports Direct 3D 11. It also is 64-bit. If I didn't say, it is the Havoc engine. So it's gone through several iterations of engine upgrades over the years, as you can imagine. So you'll just want to set everything up and then click OK, and it'll start the game. Now this is the version we are on right now is version 0.96.26, 64-bit. Okay, so once you have the game loaded, you should be presented with the screen here. I do want to go through the options. You've got several to choose from. You can turn tutorials on or off. There's an autosave feature, and you can save the frequency between that. You can show character names. I mean, you can scroll through. There's a multitude of different options in general. And graphics, you've got several different functions here. You can turn on or off as you see fit, depending on your system. With audio, you can adjust the music. You can adjust your ambient sounds, footsteps, sound effects, etc., etc. Controls, pretty straightforward. You can hotkey almost anything. Everything's you can map or bind keys, and then your active mods show up here. So now we'll go ahead and we'll start a new game. First thing you'll notice is that you've got several options. There's a Wanderer, which is basically the default. This is basically the way the game is supposed to be played. You're a single player. You start out with a sword, and you're pretty much on your own. You can go under advanced options, and you can change the hunger time. You can adjust a lot of features in here. Bandits of looting players. So you do have some options in here. As far as how often you have to eat, the research speed time, things like that. So it's nice that on any mode you can configure and change. There's a trader, which basically you start with no cash, but you do start out with a backpack and a pack animal. There's a holy sword where you're a wanted criminal, and you notice the difficulty level associated with each. And same thing applies. You can change the advanced settings for each one of those. Then you can also play in a cannibal territory. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. And then there's easy mode, which is basically you're a retired military, and you're going to start out with some troops, some followers. And then there's rock bottom, where you have absolutely nothing. Good luck. And then they've added a guy. I forgot about the guy with the dog. You've got a whole 13. I'm not sure what the credits or how it's monitored, but we'll say credits. 13 credits, and you're a drifter with your dog. Freedom Seeker, which is easy hard combinations. It's a real-time strategy as well. 4,000 credits. It looks like you have 5 other followers that are like-minded, and a good supply of building material. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to be playing in that mode. Then there's the nobodies. That's a 5 group of newbies, which have no skills. So we're going to go back. We're going to go ahead and do the Freedom Seekers. We're not going to change any of the options, and we're just going to begin. And you'll go through a series of loading screens, or one loading screen as it builds it out. The next option you have is to actually create your character, and there's 6 different preset models, and you can see the races up there associated with each one of them. And you can also go in, or I'm sorry, the names. There's the skeleton. You can read about these as they see. These are robotic creatures. Those do require parts. There's the hive prince, the Shek. Each of these are factions, but we're gonna go with a human. Let's see if there's any other ones. Nope, that's it. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and give ourselves a name. Let's highlight that. So we do not want Razor's Edge to die. And you can pick a sub race if you want to. You can change the clothes. Again, all of these are adjustable. You can adjust your physique, your frame, skin tone, your height. I mean, lots of options as far as your character. Same thing with the face. You can randomize all of that, go through different presets, and then same thing with the hairstyle. Almost had it right, just needed to be bald. I would have been perfect. Goatee, bald. But you got several different. You can change your hair color. The saturation of the hair and the brightness. So we can do the goatee. I'll give myself a goatee and let's go bald. Bald is beautiful. Once you get all that set, you've got your name, you can go ahead and hit confirm. And it's going to start us off with our squad. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is that this is new, actually, this circle. So there's actually some things that they've added since the last time I played. So this is an established town. I can actually hit the map button, and that is right here. You can see that half the map isn't actually playable in this mission. And these are the cities. You can scroll in and out and see the names of them. Everything else is meant to be discovered. And as you move your party around, you will discover. And even though this looks like a tiny map, this is very massive. You can actually set waypoints and you can command your people to go to that location. It's pretty nice. So I can actually go through each character. It shows me over here their blood, health, their heads. These are all stats, including hunger, their attack, and defense, their toughness. This is a samurai type game, so we're gonna drop these tutorials. What should I do? And you can go through the prompts. We're a nameless right now. Once we get a building established, we can actually create a Razor's Edge village if we want to. If I only have one character selected, I can do that. I can also click on a character and assign it follow commands. You can click on the squad. You can name each squad. You can have multiple squads and move them around. Say if you want a particular band of squad to man the walls, another for building, you can do that as well. There's a crafting menu. As you start to get crafting stations, you can go through that. And there's research. Now you need to build a facility to actually do that and assign a person to that research bench to unlock these. And some of them actually require books, which it will tell you down here what you need as far as inside the research bench to unlock those pieces. So like there's books, and each of these books is available in different cities. Now there are, like I said, mods out there written that have made it easier to find some of those and not so much. There's an AI button that tells heal allies, help allies, and rescue allies, which is nice to have. That means they will automatically, if they have a health kit, try to heal the party. And you can do a follow formation, etc. And then here are your different factions that we know about. So right now we're not too thrilled. The Dust Bandits don't care a whole lot about us, and we're neutral with everybody else we know so far. And we are the nameless faction right now. I've covered researching, crafting, your squads. You can add a squad. As you can see, we can make multiple squads and we can just drag them down into each one. But we don't need those right now. So assigning jobs and taunting is something. If you have a tank, he will actually taunt. You can put the individual that you're interested in. If his stats are really low, you can put them into a block mode where they'll block only. This is good for building up their skills. What I tend to do is lure bandits to these guards of these towns and actually have them do the tanking, and I fight with the guards. Not with the guards personally, but actually take pot shots at the bandits, which show up in red, by the way. So if you target somebody and they have a red arrow over their head, they are hostile. If they show up as white, they are neutral to you. And you can click on each of these characters and actually get information about them, what they are doing, which is turret guard, their encumbrance. You can get all their stats and their hunger. So let's go into the next piece. So let's take a look at Razor's Edge. He actually has a backpack, so as you see, he's going to have 2 inventory boxes, and we have some building supplies. These are the weapon slots. You can have a primary weapon and a secondary weapon, depending on the weapon type. If it's a 2-handed weapon, obviously you're not going to be able to have anything in the second slot. These are all of your inventory slots and your equipment slots. And as you can see, there's where the backpack is open. You can open and close that. And these are the different materials that you need to build. And these are food rations. And this is fabric, which is a crafting material. There are a lot of options in building in this game. I don't recommend building a village right off the bat. It has to be a certain range from your town or another surrounding town. And right now, as you can see by the stats, other than a few or old soldier, we're pretty vulnerable. But we're going to do it anyway because this is a tutorial and we want to have fun. And I want to show you some of the building and crafting. So we are going to establish pretty close to this city because they probably have a trading post and they probably have some recruits. They're pretty good about finding their own path. You can click on the waypoint either on the map or on the screen itself and they will make their way there. We don't want to be too far away. We just want to be far enough that we can actually build a building. I like crossroads because they're well traveled. You can see there's some creatures in the game over there. And you can scroll in and out. And you can also move with the AWS key as far as the closest party member you have targeted. So it's not like you can scroll across the map completely. And then you can hold the middle mouse button and get a nice tilt view. So those creatures are, let's target one. Garus, they're herbivores, so we don't have to worry about them. They eat plants, we just don't want to attack them. So let's see if we can build here. We'll take Razor since he had the equipment. And we're going to build. So let's go into, let's see. That. Crafting. Oh, you'll have to forgive me. It has been a long time. And now we have some more factions. We've learned about another starving bandits, which kind of scares me. We might have, oh, that's research. Okay, so right now we cannot, oh, I missed it. My apologies. Right here. This is the crafting. And these are the buildings that we can create. We can make beds, farms that we can make, lights, torch posts, storage for wheat straw, and a basic small research bench. And these all advance as you advance. So we're going to build a small shack. Blue obviously means you can build it. Red means you cannot. This is going to be a pretty small base. If you're going to build a fortress, I recommend building in a nice open area. And basically you just place it on the ground. Oh, too close to another town. Still too up green. My apologies, like I said. And you can spin that around as well to get it positioned the way you want. And we will do that now. And you can also use the brackets, and all these are under control settings to change the angle. Because if you notice, you don't want your stairs underground. So you can actually change that, as you can see I'm doing right there. So let's go ahead and build that right in the middle of the road. And then you just right click once you've done that, and you hit confirm, and you're going to see a wireframe. Now, since Razor actually was the one we used, we'll go ahead and click him. He'll run over there and start crafting. And we'll just click each one of those and send them over there to help so we can build this as quick as possible. And if we look over there, we should see them running, and in fact we do. And they will start to build that building. He doesn't have anything to build with. Well, you can still come over and help me. Alright, so they'll start to work on that, and you'll see the progress as the building comes up. As they add the material in first, and then they build. So when they complete this, we'll pick this back up. Okay, so it is completed. There is to note, worthy to note, that there is a daytime-nighttime cycle. We now have a building. It's called Your Outpost. We can either open that to the public or we can leave it closed. I recommend opening it to the public for now because people can get upset for you for blocking their path. Once a character is inside, you'll notice that you can actually build things within inside the building. So we'll click on that and we will build a bed. And beds are good for We'll confirm that. And he's out of building materials. So click on him. In fact, yes, he is. To complete that, you just click on it and we need, let's see. Probably set it when we crafted it. Let's see here. Camping, bed, material cost, sleeping bag. Okay. We'll have to go find the sleeping bag. I'm not sure what that is. These are new. It used to be just one bed frame type. So we will go do that. Again, the game is paused when you're in that mode. We'll come out of that. We can click on each of these characters and see what inventory they have. Can he work on that? No. Alright, so we need something called a sleeping bag. So probably what we'll do is we'll sell some of this off. But I'm going to gather all my people up. So I've showed you basically how to construct. Let's do a research bench in here. Let's get everybody outside. We'll click on him since he has a backpack with some material. Let's bring him inside. And we want to start researching and unlocking some of the tech trees. So let's go back into build mode. And let's build that small research bench. The red positions are basically showing you can build it, but nobody can build in the positions that show up in red. So we probably want to turn that a little bit. Let's see here. Hold on one sec. Is it? No. Page up and page down shows you different levels. Ah, okay. It's the comma and the dot key that actually control where to build. So we want to try to build that as close as we can, where you can access it from anywhere, and we still have access to the bed. And we'll go ahead and we'll confirm that. Now what we can do is we can actually... I don't see it. Did it not build it? Interesting. Let's take a look at that. I do not see it. Let's try it again. Tech. Small research. Oh, I forgot to click away and confirm. There we go. And we can actually click on him and make him a builder. So you hold the shift key down and you can right click on that and it'll actually make him an engineer. So anytime you build a structure, he will automatically run to that station. So it's real good for people for like weapons positions, different jobs like blacksmiths, crafting, gardening. You can give them variable jobs. And you can also put them in order so they can give them priorities. And he will continue to work on that. And then we're going to go find the most intelligent person we have. If we click on them, you can get a lot more stats on each of your characters. And we're looking for somebody that has a good engineering. Let's see. It's probably going to be Osif. So, or engineers building, I'm sorry. Science is what we need, I believe. Science. Yep, researching new technology. So let's find somebody with more than one science, if we have that. No, we don't. So we'll go ahead and let him be the engineer and the researcher. Let's see what his progress. You can see that he's actually adding in the material. He's already put all 3 building materials, which is the bars. And he's just putting in the last, constructing the last piece. And then I can also hold the shift key down once it's completed. Right click on him, and now he has a task of operating the research bench. So now we can go to the tech tree. And we can unlock item storage, public sales, anything that shows up in white you can unlock. It'll do it in order, and it shows you the time for the research. And that's pretty much it. So that's all we can do right now with that level. And as you can notice, he is currently researching. I can also go up with this other character. I can hold the key down. I can lock the door. And then run away. And there's our auto-save interval. And while he's researching, we'll go take a look at this city. Okay, so we had a trader stop, and we're going to run out here and talk to him. He says he has animals for sale. Let's go see what he has to sell. Has for sale. It's a caravan. We can actually talk to him. I don't know. Oh, we have him on auto. He's running back to do his job. They're probably going to sell us a pack animal. We'll let him go back. Now, I sent my other guys back to the city. So he will run back in there and start researching. Good for him. We can even make locking a door a task. Well, maybe we can't. There was a mod for that. So let's click on the old soldier. That automatically teleports us over to where I sent my troops. And we want to see what's in here. I thought I was going back to the old city, but apparently I went to an abandoned, crashed out one with no one here. All these are constructible. This is basically the remnants of, I believe, a tier 3 or tier 4 wall and a gate. I don't know that we can repair these. We don't even have the technology anyway. And I don't see the option to repair. So that is not a feature. There might be a mod out there to do that. I don't see one. Alright, so we got some quests popping up now for bounties. Actually, I think Old Soldier has a bounty for 20,000 on his head. I don't know why. Bounty will never go away. That's great. Yeah, so eventually when one of those guards show up, we'll probably be doing some jail time on him. So let's go while we have them selected. I obviously didn't go to the right town. Wasn't up that way. I have to find my way back to the city, and I will do that. For now, I'm going to send the rest of the crew. And you can hold the shift key down and actually select each one of them. We'll send them back here. And I'll pause. Alright, so we're going to pick our fastest runner. One thing to note too, when the characters have food in their inventory, they'll automatically eat when they're hungry enough. And you'll want to go through each character and make sure that they do have food. Eventually, see, this person does not. They don't have any food. All they have is wheat straw. So they did start out with some supplies. We need a storage container. So we're going to go ahead and have him build a storage container inside here. So let's do that now. Because we've unlocked that. And we do have a wheat straw storage container. Building material. Too close to another building. Used to be able to build them in the building. What happened to that? There we go. So we'll build that right there. And we'll have, and anytime you get attacked or you want to stop and read something, you can hit, oh, we're paused right now in build mode. You can hit the pause or the space bar and that pauses the game. So if you want to give additional commands to each person or target specific enemies, you can do that as well. So we're going to unlock the door, unpause it. And let's go ahead and have Razor run in here. We forgot to confirm it again. If I do that one more time, don't worry, I will. So let's go to wheat straw storage. Let's build it. Right click, this time confirm it. Of course, he doesn't have any building supplies, but this guy does. So we'll send him, we'll send her, and we'll send him. Maybe they don't. They have the wheat straw. Alright, so they're all in there hunky happy. Let's send, uh-oh. Friendly or foe? Who are these guys? Slave traders. They're not hostile to us right now, so we'll keep it that way. You can zoom in there, get an idea of how heavily armored they are. And we got our public sales building done. And our wheat straw is done in our storage, so I can actually click on that character, go to her inventory that had the wheat straw. Who was that? Free up some of their space. Oh, did she automatically put that in there? She did. Used to be you had to assign that task. Now they automatically do that, so kudos. That used to have to be something you had to do. I like that feature. So it is getting dark, so I'm going to wait till daylight. I'm going to lock the door. Hopefully nobody attacks us. A couple things I want to show you are how to train. We're going to lock that. Building a training dummy to get your weaponry skills on all your characters up as high as you can. There are different tiers of training dummies. There are also turret dummies for practicing. To up the proficiencies to a minimum level without actually attacking real targets. But ultimately, the best way to gain skill level in either or is to fight. So we'll wait till daylight and we'll come right back. Okay, I just realized I hit the 30-minute mark, and I like to keep these videos as close as I can. I don't like to go over that. That way you can watch them in parts. So I'm going to do another episode on this and read the forums about new features through all the patches, because there's obviously, I've already found that I don't need to assign tasks like inventory and specific containers. They automatically do that for you. And I'd like to show off some of the walls and some of the fortifications, the farming, how to resource. We'll show off. There's more than just this biome. There's several biomes that have been added over time. Show you combat and practicing. So we'll probably do a few of these just to get people familiar with some of the newer features with no mods installed. Quite happy with the progress of this game. So really want to do the developers justice before their final release. And I'm happy to show this game off as my first early access game I ever played. So this is Razor from Razor's Edge. Again, you've been watching Kenshi, and I will continue this episode with episode 2, just the early full access preview, or I guess we call it the GA release of this game. So until next time, I'll see you when I see you.